Hi, I'm David Ezzy, and we're going to go through the rigging of the Lion. The Lion has been set up and rigged in the factory for the Ezzy mast. If you're using a non-Ezzy mast, please refer to the rigging video and rigging guides. One explaining how to set up the calibrated downhaul system for your mast, and the other is how to set up the cams for your mast. Once you follow these guides and watch the videos, you'll set your sail up one time and then you're good to go. When you unroll your sail, don't let it flap in the wind. The creasing breaks down the sailcloth, and the other thing that breaks sailcloth down is the sun. So try and keep your sail out of the sun when you're not sailing. One trick that I have is if your mast is difficult to get into the sleeve, you can take a little bit of packing tape and just put it over the top of your mast, and it makes it slide a lot easier. So the easiest way to get your mast in, open up the pad, go above the cams with one knee down and one knee up. Take the tack of the sail and push it against the knee that's up, and then push the mast in. You can rotate the mast, makes it easier to get in. And you should hear it click right into the head cap. It's a good idea to walk up and make sure that it's in. If you're rigging a 9.5 or an 8.5, there's more luff curve, and it's easier to get the mast in if you just go to the top of the boom cutout and grab the cutout, and the sail wrinkles up, but it's in the dacron, and then you can slide the mast in. Spin it, and then pull the sail at the bottom. Adjust your extension to the number printed on the bottom of the sail. This says 19 centimeters. My extension says 20, so I'll use 20. For threading the pulley, start with the rope going under the pulley that's closest to the mast. Then go under the top pulley of your extension. Then over the far pulley on the sail, not the center pulley, but the far pulley. Go over the remaining pulley on the extension, and then up through the center and under the center pulley. And you should have no crosses. When you're rigging the Lion, you don't want to downhaul initially. Just thread it and cleat it. The cams are off the mast. Now we're going to put the boom on. Set your outhaul to the maximum outhaul. Then outhaul your sail flat. It's really critical that you put a lot of outhaul on your sail in order to snap the cams on. Once your sail's outhauled, again no downhaul, just push on the batten and lift the cam up. If you're having difficulties getting the cam on the mast, it most likely is you don't have enough outhaul. If you don't have outhaul, then the cam is pushing forward really hard and it takes a lot of pressure. So just put lots of outhaul on and the cams go on really easily. Next, we're going to downhaul. To set your downhaul, you're going to use the calibration gauge. It's very simple. You downhaul until the mark on the calibration gauge lines up with the bottom of the mast. Now on the Lion, there's a little bit wider space here just because the sleeve's a little wider at the bottom. So the easiest way is to downhaul close to the maximum, then Put the tack strap on now. Tension the tack strap. You want to tension the tack strap until you have tension along the edge of the foot and there's a slight wrinkle in the bottom of the sail. That holds the tack into the sail, and you'll see that as we release the sail for less downhaul, the tack stays in, which is important because it keeps the exact profile that you want in the bottom of the sail. So, to set your sail for high wind, you would line up the gauge so that the maximum mark is in line with the bottom of your mast. For medium wind, you line up so the medium mark lines up with the bottom of your mast. And for light wind, line up so the minimum mark is in line with the bottom of the mast. That's all you need to do to set your downhaul. You don't need to guess by looking at the looseness in the upper leech. This is far more exact because we've put this on with a load cell measuring the tension on the luff. Check your tack strap is tight. And what I like to do is take the tail and wrap it under itself, then back onto the Velcro. Then take your rope, go around your extension once, wrap it up, and into the Velcro pocket in the pad. To set your outhaul, release it completely, then use the color cords that are sewn at the clew of the sail to gauge how much positive outhaul you'll use. You'll notice that there's 3 cords. There's a long one that's red, there's a medium one that's black, and a short one that's gray. They correspond to how much positive outhaul you'll use for high wind, medium wind, and light wind. To use the cords, prop the sail on your leg and adjust the end of the boom so that it comes to the end of the cord without pulling on the clew. In this case, I'm adjusting so the medium, the black, is set to the end of the boom, and then I'll just outhaul until the sail touches the end of the boom. Last thing you want to do is make sure your Velcro openings at the cambers are closed nice and tight.